to play over the 2 legs within these 4 days, but we have our focus and objectives for the matches. We want to win both games so we can have the tickets and be a little more relaxed for the final games. You know that next year we also have the World Cup qualifiers to focus on. So it is better to get the AFCON job behind us now. End of quote. So after Friday's encounter, the Super Eagles will fly to Freetown on Monday for 2 days clash with the Sierra Leone Stars at the Siaka Stevens. Now, this guy said, Roy said, is ready for us to win the tickets and get this AFCON job done, then focus on the World Cup qualifiers.
Of course, we know we are the group leaders in that particular group. We've won 2 matches. So this double header will just be a good one for us to actually finish the job. Sierra Leone compared to our own Super Eagles, I would say we can actually compare the both of them when it comes to the pedigree in the African continent and in the world at large. We know we are the 3-time African champions. I feel a certain Lone Star should not be a problem or headache for.
No, the last time Sierra Leone defeated Nigeria was 19 years ago during a FIFA World Cup match.
Yes.
So I don't think they yet.
No,
not with Super Eagles, not this current set of Super Eagles.
Yes, because the current set of Super Eagles, they are virtually they're all doing well in their club. Looking at the likes of Victor Osimhen, looking at the likes of Wobi, our goalkeeper. So I feel the players are very, very much informed to actually play. Should just go there and get all the 3 points from there tomorrow in Benin, and also when we play the second leg in Freetown, we should have
on
Tuesday. So we should just pick the qualification ticket, and so that we can actually focus on the World Cup qualifying games, because we know that will be pretty difficult for them.
And I'm sure you have seen that for the past few years, Roy has always been getting our ticket done with some games to spare, maybe 1 match or 2 matches to spare. So once he gets this one done against Sierra Leone, we still have an extra match, which of course is going to be done and dusted for us.
Of course, you can see on your screen where the guys are training hard and are training with the deputy, governor of Edo State. But is that proper for a deputy governor of the state to be actually training with the boys?
Now that takes us to our next story on the deputy governor, where he has urged the Super Eagles to ensure that they score at least 5 goals.
Yes, in that particular
game. Now, we know that the deputy governor is a soccer-loving person. In fact, he was even on the squad of Benin Insurance.
Benin Insurance, yes. In the last MPFL season.
Yes, he's in that squad. He's a squad member of Benin Insurance. So he has that passion for football.
So do you think Benin should actually call it onto the national team? Is it national team anyway?
No, that was just a light training.
We can classify him as like a home-based player, so if he can actually call him to the Super Eagles team and all that, but just on the light time.
That was a light training, and of course he will not partake in the serious training.
Of course. And
I like the fact that the man is fit. Actually, talking about the deputy governor, and he loves football, played football. Though not to the top level of football, but he's so passionate about football. And I was talking about that. He wants fans to come into the stadium,
yes.
But we know that that's almost near impossible.
Yes, because CAF has actually come out to say that fans, even the media, were not going to be allowed. That a certain number of media will be allowed to the stadium. We know that the Summer Gumida Stadium is a 15,000 seater capacity, and the deputy governor is trying to make sure that even 1,000 fans come to cheer the Super Eagles. But it all still boils down if the CAF are going to agree, because we know the COVID-19 protocol. They say we have to adhere to the COVID-19 protocol due to the fact that they don't want to get fans to come inside, because it will not be fair for a certain number of fans to go into the stadium and others will not be allowed to go to the stadium. So it will not be fair. So the better thing is just for us to let us play the match behind closed door. And
yes, I will all be safe.
I will all be safe.
Now let's take there's some facts about this game now. This Gumida Stadium, when it was even still the old stadium, Nigeria never lost a single match in that stadium.
Yes.
And we are playing against a Sierra Leone side that has not defeated Nigeria for 19 years. So we have all the fun facts that that in our favor that the Super Eagles of Nigeria should. Now, we know that African football has evolved over the time, whereby there's no more minors in football, and anything can happen any day, anytime. But then we are optimistic. No matter how the Super Eagles have performed badly, especially during the recent friendly matches against Algeria and Tunisia, where they did not play to our standard, to the expected standard of the Super Eagles.
Yes, of course.
But we're expected to fly over the Lone Stars. In fact, they should dig the stars. The stars.
In that particular one. Let me just give you like the rundown. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are in Group E, Group L in the AFCON qualification campaign. The Super Eagles have 6 points from 3 games. No, 6 points from 2 games, I beg your pardon, with 3 plus goals, while Benin Republic has 3 points from 2 games with 0 goals. That's talking about when you get to divide the goals from what they scored and what they concede. Lesotho are sitting in 3rd position with 1 point and minus 2 goals from 2 matches, while Sierra Leone Stars that will be playing tomorrow are 1 point, then minus 0 goal from 2 matches. So you say we have the edge in that particular group. So I feel Sierra Leone should not be the problem. They've lost one, they've drew one in that particular group. So we should just go there and get all the points. Like the likes of Etabo is back. Our midfield will not be in shambles the way it was when we played Tunisia and Algeria. Aribo also.
Yeah, talking about Aribo. Now, we've not seen the Aribo we see in his club side playing in the Nigerian side.
Well, he actually played well when we played against Brazil. In that particular one.
That was his first match.
He was a playmaker in that particular team for me, I would say, and he did play well. I think he was the one that scored the goal.
Yes,
in that particular one. So I feel we are going to see him more. We should have a certain Aribo, a certain Etebo, and who to be in the middle of the park. Etebo should play the defensive midfield role, while Aribo should be ahead of him. Then,
so who are you projected to be our top striker?
Our top striker,
of course, Osimhen.
Osimhen is going to be there, no doubt about it. Then we have Chukwueze on the flanks. Onacho may come in second half. Then Osimhen, will be getting tired in the particular game, because we know we need to start using Paul Onacho, because we know he's a lacking striker. He's very
in
tall.
The mode of
he can win all the arena ball, because my problem in that Super Eagles team is that all the players in the wings want to actually dribble and score. They don't want to actually, dribble and cross the ball and let the striker, head the ball into the net. All of them want to actually, get to drive in, dribble 1 or 2 players,
they're caught to the right or to the left,
to the right,
and then drive the ball in.
And drive the ball in. So it will be very difficult on the strikers for them to actually the ball, let them cross the ball and let the striker get to head the ball into the back of the nets. Paul Onacho is very tall.
Yes.
Same as Osimhen is
tall.
He has the height. Yeah, he has the height. So I feel the wingers have to get the ball to the strikers for them to actually know the ball home. So still talking about the Super Eagles match, VAR has been used for the first time in Nigeria. Ahead of the AFCON qualifying tomorrow, the Edo State government has installed the first video assistant ref, talking about VAR in the country. The VAR was installed at the refurbished Samuel Bermuda Stadium at Benin City. It will be recalled that the VAR was to be used in Eagles' first time during the football event of the 2020 National Sport Festival before it was postponed. The VAR was introduced in Africa first time during the AFCON 2019 in Egypt last June. Morocco also made history as the first African country to apply for the VAR technology in a domestic match for the first time. The role of the VAR is to assist the referee to determine whether there was an infringement that means a goal should not be rewarded. The VAR introduced, should we have the VAR in our league? Talking about the NPFL.
Of course. We have seen how the VAR has been able to, it has brought some kind of drama depending on the side you're looking at it, for the clubs,
Yeah.
sometimes a goal you feel that should not be given will be given because of the VAR. Slight offside, of course, we count against the goal. So, and we have such in Nigerian league whereby players will go offside and still score the ball, but the referee, the physical referee, might not even see that at that point. So that's where the VAR comes to assist those referees to see what they may have missed.
Yeah, and it should be very, very even good for our own NPFL, because we know that so many clubs have complained that referee gets to favor home-based team and all that than the away team. So becoming of VAR, if we're going to adopt it in the NPFL, I highly want the Shehu Diko led LMC to actually ensure that we adopt the VAR system.
If it works out finally tomorrow. Yeah, at Benin City, the LMC should take a cue from it and ask all clubs to implement it. But it might not be this season, maybe gradually. All clubs should have VAR in their system, in their stadium, whereby we were able to have a less controversy concerning goals. Because, like you said earlier, now there's some clause fields, some referee, they'll assist. So that would be eliminated, because you cannot go and give a goal when
you're going to maybe give a penalty when it's not a penalty. And again, it will even help the referees themselves, so that they will not be abused, they will not be stoned and be beaten up by any fans. So
it's not my fault.
Since the video assistant referee will be there, even the fans will also want to actually see it getting to work in Nigeria.
So I think it's a welcome development that we are finally introducing VAR into our sports, and kudos to the Edo State government for starting that first, for bringing up that idea, and for keen to the idea actually, and then installing it. Hopefully, other state governments will do the same for their various stadiums. Hopefully,
hopefully we should have it at the Abuja National Stadium.
Yes, it's going to be there.
And it's going
to be at Abuja National Stadium. That one is confirmed.
So let all other club and other states.
And maybe because the deputy governor is a sport-loving person. And
we just have to, we just have to move.
He has pushed.
We just have to move to the current train.
I think Edo State, again, let's give kudos to Edo State government, the present governments in Edo State, for their massive support for sports. I recall when Bendel Insurance were trying to come to the MPFL, I know how much the state government was willing to pay to pump. Just qualify for this league, we will give you guys so amount of money. That is motivation enough.
Of course.
Yes, they came into the league, but of course, they were chased at the game because they did not meet up. But then we saw the
consistency,
and
the passion,
support,
and the interest from the government.
And we don't see that with other states. But then, also the same, let's take government hands off.
Yes, sport.
But let's again. Kudos to the government for their support to develop sports in the state and in the country.
And again, other states are doing very, very well in terms of Kano, in terms of Delta State,
Delta State,
and also they are doing well when you talk about sport development in the state. So other states should just learn from them.
Next, we are still talking about football, but this time around under administrators, the Nigeria Football Federation (FF) and GAC Motors in Lagos signed a partnership agreement that had all the components of a groundbreaking relationship. The union confers on the GAC Motors the title of official automatic partner of Nigerian Football Federation. The momentous signing ceremony at the GAC headquarters in Victoria Lounge, Lagos, marked the first time Nigerian football governing body was having a remarkable partnership with an automobile company, and both the NFF and the fastest growing automobile company in the country were delighted with the consummation of the union. As part of the terms of agreement, GAC Motors will present official cards to the president of the NFF, the Secretary General, and his National Technical Director, and the Super Eagles Technical Advisor, as well as a fully equipped ambulance and a minibus in the first instance. Fair, good enough, 3-year deal, 3-year contract signed with GAC Motors, and they're going to give them, the NFF president will have a car, the GenSec will have a car, the Super Eagles Technical Advisor will have a car. No problem about that. I'm very happy with the fact that there's going to be a fully equipped ambulance. But I don't know what you mean by a fully equipped ambulance. But I believe that everything needed will be inside that ambulance that will be used at the stadium. And then the Super Eagles as well too. Maybe there'll be minibus. I don't know this have a minibus anyway. But I kind of like this kind of deal. Just that I did not see the reason why the NFF president and the Gen Sec should have cars
from that deal, due to the fact that they have official cars already. I mean, no doubt about it, the deal is a good one, but the NFF should have just told them, since you want to buy a car for the president and the secretary and the technical advisor, they should have channeled that money to get a team bus for the Super Eagles and for the age grade team, because in their budget, talking about the NFF budget, they have a number of money set aside to get buses for for the team. So I feel this deal should have just let them cover that up, and so that they can actually save money to do some other things, rather than them giving a bus to giving a car to the NFF president, the secretary general, and all that.
Even the Super Eagles secretary advisor already has a card that was given official card that was given to him. I know, so I don't see any reason why, like you said, they could have charged those money to buy a bigger bus instead of a mini bus, a bigger bus for the national team. I know the Super Eagles have their own bus. I know the Super Falcons too, they have their own bus. But the age grade teams, they have a bus.
Yes, because even though when you even get to see them train at the good project of the Abuja National Stadium, you see them with just a coaster bus, and it cannot even take all the players at once. So it will go and go back and go on trips before they can be able to get all the players to the stadium. So they should actually make these plans to work, so that they'll be able to get buses for the age grade team. So talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League now, where fixtures have been released for the 2020-2021 league season. The fixtures was released on December 6th, so that's talking about the weekend, with 8-time champions. Talking about Yimba will host Abia Warriors at the Abia Township Stadium, and the first game next to the Elephants of Aba on match day 2 is a tricky trip to Ilorin, where they will face Kwara United on match day 2. According to the detail fixture released by the league management company on Monday, the new season is expected to end on Sunday, July 4th, 2021. The future also put an end to the earlier speculation that the league would be played in an abridged format to make up for the lost time and to help align with those of the European counterpart. Other opening match day fixtures see 4 times champions Kano Pillar plays away to Adamawa United in Gombe, while MFN FC will play their opening game of the season against Warri Wolves at the Teslin Balogun Stadium in Lagos. CAF Confederation Cup campaigner Rivers United will test with their weight against the Enugu Rangers in the Oriental Derby, while FC Fayumba might play their opening game at Aba or the refurbished Samagumuda Stadium in Benin. Akwa United will face neighbor Dankada FC at the Godwill Akpabio Stadium, while Plateau United will begin their campaign against Kwara United in Bauchi. Other fixtures see Nasarawa United host Wikitoris in Makurdi, while Jigawa Golden Stars welcome Sunshine Stars in Castina, while Castina United will welcome Heartland FC, while Rivers United will host Enugu Rangers. Fayumba will also face Lobby Stars according to the opening days fixtures, while Plateau United will also face Kwara United in Bauchi, while other 3 stadiums according to 13th stadium according to the country deem it fit to host the games in the forthcoming season. Most teams will play away from the traditional homes. Do you think this will be fair to the clubs who their stadium have not been satisfied by the league management company?
Why have the clubs not even done the needful? They had ample time to fix up their stadium,
Yeah.
ample time to lay the grass, ample time to put the necessary things, ambulance, all these things that they were told even before the last season ended, that from next season, there's going to be a CAF licensing guidelines that every club must undertake. So why have they not done it?
AC Board will tell you that they are not getting the approval from the state government and all that.
I agree with you. Yes, the state governments will not have raised money, but then they could have sourced for cash. They know how they can source for cash to do these things.
Yeah.
If it's to collect bank loan and do this thing, they can do it.
Yeah.
I was speaking with one of the coaches recently. I think Kano Pillars.
Okay.
And Kano Pillars will not be playing in Kano.
Okay.
They'll be playing in Kaduna. That one case is a different case.
Yeah.
That the stadium is going under renovation.
And it's a synthetic pitch.
Yes.
I feel the caliber of Kano Pillars, they should be using natural grass.
So that one stadium is going through renovation. That one is understandable. But some other clubs have not even started that one at all. They're told you have to have a fully equipped ambulance.
Yes, of course.
Health facility must be on ground. Not all the clubs have it yet. So now, what happened to this guy, Chime Martins
in Nassau United?
Should happen again?
No, we don't want to see that.
We don't want to see that again.
Yeah.
So I totally support the fact that LMC said if it's only 30 stadiums are ready, we will use those 30 stadiums. That means those clubs whose stadiums are not ready, they have to work harder.
And traveling up and down.
Up and down. Yes, that's what it means.
Don't you think it will affect the quality of play?
It is not their fault. They've given enough time. Yes, COVID-19 came, there was lockdown and everything. We understand that. But the moment the lockdown was eased, what were you doing?
I think we rightly said when government, are the major, contributors or the major sponsors. When it comes to sport in Nigeria, we get to find all this because I will tell you the state government have not, approved and all that, so they'll be going back and front, and the league is resuming in 2-3 weeks time, and if all this is not done, they may have to clean.
And most of the clubs, the 13 clubs that have their stadium, they are fine.
Yeah.
Ayimba is fine. Ifeanyi is fine.
No, Ifeanyi is among those who have their stadiums already.
Oh yes, you're right. But Ayimba is okay. I know that Akabio, I'm sorry.
Mikitori is also is fine.
Aqua United.
Aqua United is okay. Fine. Yeah.
Aqua United and Dakada FC.
Yeah. Even Ayimba also.
They are together.
They are together. No, that. So most clubs have they have started doing a COVID-19 test just to adhere to the protocol. I think it's a very good one. That's why United did theirs yesterday and all that. So I think it's a right step in the right direction. Looking at the likes of Dankada FC, that they did their own. I think last week or so, they went to do all the medical checkup and to check if their players are well in good shape before.
So far so good. We've not had any negative, any positive results.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, for the opening match, one interesting fixture for me is the Oriental Derby between Rivers United and Enugu Rangers. That is a derby that is almost like a Manchester United versus Man City derby. It's an Oriental derby. There's no love lost between both sides. And Rivers United, they have spent every money this season
to bring new players.
To bring in new players.
The likes of Afeloka.
They're going to pay millions of naira on a monthly basis. So I
think Rivers United are doing well because it's the only club I know that they have sponsors who are actually getting to support them, their campaign, aside from what they get from the government.
And the Enugu Rangers as well too. They've also gone into the market and they've also acquired quality players. So to me that's going to be the star match for the opening weekend, to see how Rivers United, with all the millions they've spent to bring in quality players, in fact, they poached players, they stole players. Let me use the word stole. They stole players, good players from each club.
But talking about the club that was very, very busy in the transfer window, for me, it would be Abia Warriors. Every week in, week out, you hear Abia Warriors have signed this particular player.
I'm sure they've signed up to 22 players now.
So it seems all the clubs are geared up for a good
NPFL United have been signing up I do not know some of them. They're featherweights.
Yeah.
They're not the big names we know in the league. Note that about that it's not by name anyway. It's by the team.
What they can actually offer.
By the team. But you know, when you bring a big name to your team, it gives you more confidence that okay, we have a big man in our team now.
Yeah,
so okay, after look in Rivers United now, the goalkeeping department will feel safe that we have a good keeper behind us. So and they also produce some other defenders as well too. So it's going to be a beautiful season for me. Now, my only concern, again, I always have concern about NMC, is if hopefully this league will start on December 6th.
And again, because as I said, the league was supposed to start November 15, but now they have shifted it. And you know, when it comes to the December festive period, the league must go on break for players, also for 2 weeks for them.
Which
to
should not be now.
And if they get to do that, for them to actually now get to restart the league, also, we know what happened next year, last year when they were supposed to restart the league, they didn't actually do it. That's how we missed it, and at the end of the day, the league was abridged league, and eventually certain club was crowned champions of the NPFL.
And I've not seen a league whereby the Champions League will begin before the local league. Champions League will start in November 24th. Our league has not resumed.
And even watch it very well, other leagues don't go on break when it comes to the festive season, because that is where they only have packed loads of matches, because where people will be at home and people will get to watch. So I feel our league should not actually I'll go on break in that particular.
They've gone on 8 month breaks already. 8 months break.
So there should be no break. There should
no break again.
So let's just move away from football, where we'll go straight to handball. Talking about the Prudent Energy League ongoing at the Moshood Abiola Stadium, where safety shooters. We're talking about the road safety teams. They are dominating the league, both the male and the female team. So we go where the match day 12, where the Prudent Energy League, where safety shooters defeated Confluence Stars 29-23. Talking about yesterday, to maintain their steady lead in the bid to win their first league title. In other results of the men category, Plateau Vipers were one step away from relegation after they won the Defenders 33-29, while Niger United climbed out of relegation zone to the 9th of the table as they defeated Delta Force 34-25 to win their second match of the league. And in form, Rema Strikers are now in the top 4 after they put Kowa Shooters to the sword with 40-31 victory. In the women's category, Safety Babes remain top of the league standing as they defeated Seasiders Babes 31-26, while the rivals Edo Dynamos continued their relentless pursuit as they yet again came from behind to defeat Plateau Pickups 23-22. Benue Queens are now relegated back to the Division 1 despite the beautiful 32-29 victory over Kada Queens. Looking at this ongoing handball league, safety shooters and also safety babes, they are their way cruising, to lay their hands on the handball league title. What do you make of it today?
Quickly, now we are glad that handball is the first contact sport to resume in Nigeria, and it's a delightful thing to see, even fans coming to the stadium.
And they have adhered to
all the COVID-19 protocols. So
kudos for the Samuel
led board who have done everything necessary to ensure, and Prudent Energy as well too, for bringing back sports as well too. Now, talking about safety shooters, both the male and the female sides. Now, that's a club owned by the Federal Road Safety Commission, for those who don't understand. Okay. Safety shooters is owned by Federal Road Safety, and these guys, the male and the female side, they are really showing that they are the shooters.
Yes, they are the shooters. They are doing very, very well.
They are doing extremely very, very well. They've been fantastic. I think I watched one of the games of the safety shooters. How they played, how they defeated their opponent was massive. In fact, they came from behind to win the game in the long run. And I see them again going to top the league and, of course, win the league. Delta Force, Nigeria United also. That's talking about the male team. Is been one team that has not been performed very well to my expectation is Kano Pillars.
Kano Pillars. What about Nigeria United? Because they were the 2018 champions.
And Kano Pillars
were the last champions also.
They played the Mets, the two of them, clash of the champions. Yeah. Kano Pillars narrowly defeated them by just 1 point.
20 to 19 points, if
yes,
I remember.
1 point. 1 point. So Nigeria United, they've not been... Yeah, they said they lost some of their good players.
10 solid players to other teams due to the fact that allegedly they have not, been given the right, motivation. Just yesterday, they were actually, complaining. There was a certain honorable former House of Rep member who came to bail the team out. He donated the sum of 100,000 naira to that particular team just to boost their confidence. And it would be so sad if the 2018 champions goes to relegation. To Division 1, so it's going to be bad for them. But they are still picking up their pieces together, and they have at least won back-to-back 2 matches in the going league.
What I've noticed in Nigerian sports beyond football is all the clubs owned by the forces, either police,
civil defense, customs.
Nigerian Army, Air Force, all of them.
They are well organized.
They pay them well.
Very well, and they are well organized, well kitted, and when you see them play, very good quality of play.
So Niger Delta is owned by the state. They are not doing well. So can you see where?
That's talking about Nigeria United.
Yes.
They're not doing well due to the fact that it's been owned by the state.
But we are looking at safety shooters owned by road safety. We have seen what's called again the COS shooters. That's Chief of Army Staff shooters. They're also doing very well.
Of course.
And others like that. But when clubs are owned by a state,
they don't tend to pay more attention.
Like a basic attitude.
Yes, they cease to take sports and to relegate them into the background. But at this point in time, those guys know that yes, sport is a big business. That is why you see them well kitted.
And they have a sport department.
Sport department headed by good guys who know the game very well. Even if you check volleyball also, you get to see them also very good
in
basketball also.
That's beyond football.
But beyond football, these guys are doing
the paramilitary and the military outfits, their clubs do very well. And I think the league is ending on tomorrow. Tomorrow. The league is ending tomorrow. So we are going to know.
We should have a new crown champion
because Nigeria United is going off. Kano Pillars, I don't know.
Yes, and also we have to give a thumbs up to the Handball Federation. We've seen the league on YouTube, on Facebook, trying to just to publicize the league and all that, and having good media relations. So kudos to those guys. Judy, our next story.
So let's now go to basketball, where the NBA season will begin on 22 December after an agreement was reached with players over scheduling, salary fixtures, and free agency dates. The usual season start date is on October was pushed back because of the coronavirus pandemic, caused delays to the 2019 campaign. But the NBA and its players' union have agreed a new date and a 17-game season, a reduction on the usual campaign. The agreement is yet to be approved by the league's board members. But the league and its players have a deal in principle that also includes a date for 20 November for when the free agents can start negotiating with their teams. Now, the NBA, usually they always have about 82 games in the season, but this time around they're having about 72 games, so 10 games short because there is almost like an abridged season because of the COVID-19.
All thanks and no thanks to coronavirus.
Yes. So, and now the clubs are also trying to negotiate salaries with their players because probably they're playing, let's say LeBron James, maybe $1 million weekly. They say, guy, we cannot afford $1 million now.
Can you please come down?
Can you please come down?
Due to the fact that fans no longer come to the stadium, to watch games, and
that's the same thing that's happening to Barcelona now.
Yes, of course.
Some players are saying no.
They don't want to pay cuts.
They don't pay cuts. My agreements are my agreements.
Of course. I know that we know that the Lakers, talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, they are the champions of the NBA. They defeated Heat at the playoff to be crowned champions. So this season it promises to be, very, very competitive. Most of the clubs will want to actually, get to lay their hands on the NBA title. We just hope that our own league also come back, because there are so many, reports out there that the league is being put on hold due to, court case here and there. So at this point in time, our sports, should be looking forward for us to resume the basketball league. But now, so sad, court case.
And one day, I know this leadership crisis that's always
bedeviled sport in Nigeria.
Mr. A, Mr. B will say, I'm the chairman, sorry, I'm the president. No, you're not the president. In the long run, they go to court, they start dragging. I was thinking that with this MBBF matter, like, put it back.
Well, not about it, because the league, we're talking about the Tijani Umar-led MBBF. They actually got a deal from Kwasi, running over $14 million, if I'm not mistaken, thereabout. I don't know the exact figure, but I know it's in the range of $14 million thereabout. While the Musa Kida led got a sponsorship deal from Total for $150 million for 2 leagues. That's talking about the main elite and the first division. So you see, there's a clash, because due to the fact that the Kwesi League was supposed to, the Kwesi partnership was supposed to end, I think, this year. But since they have, getting a new deal from Total, so it's like a clash, of interest.
That is why
the case is in court right about now.
It's just so sad that if they have the interest of the sport at heart, some should just, okay, guys, go ahead.
Go ahead with this league. Finish this league. Since we have a deal with Kwasi, then the next one.
Why do you now have to go and get another deal? Just because somebody has gotten the deal, and then everything's not clashing. There's no correlation.
We should not even compare the both deal. That topic should be for another day, because if we want to compare both deals, we'll
still be here.
We'll still be here. So we'll go to next, away from basketball now. We'll go straight to tennis, where Jamie Morel and Sil Puskal battle for the APT finals in the tennis. The British Jamie Morel and NEAL SKUPSKI, pardon me if I didn't get that one correctly, in the semi-finals of the SOFIA Open event. They had to win. They stand a chance of qualifying to the next week ATP finals. The pair are chasing a final spot in the double of men's event and the prestigious end of the season tournament in London. They beat Moldova's Rudul Habot and the New Zealand Hametal Stikal 6-4, 6-2 in the Bulgarian capital on Wednesday. The second seed faced the Faberos Martins and Higos Nails for a place in the finals, which would pair need to overtake Georgian Mazil and Eduardo Rojal Vanisley, who occupy the 8th and final qualifying space of the APT final, which starts on Sunday. If the top seed Mizal and Vrogal Vesely were also to reach the semi-finals in Sofia, Morel and SKUPSKI would not be able to qualify. Sofia Open.
Now, Andy Murray has been off the radar for a very long time.
Jamie, his brother, right? Yes, his brother.
Yes, brother. So Andy Murray is the other brother. Jamie Murray has been off the radar for a very long time, and probably he has been injured. Then he came back, and I'm glad to see him again trying to get to the ATP finals. And I do not have any particular interest in Murray, but then for the fact that he has been off for a long time, and
due to that injury that he sustained,
yes, and I would love him to qualify so that he can be able to partake in next year's finals in other competition, because he needs this to kickstart his career all over again, because he has been down, he has been out for a very long time, and the ATP finals that will start this weekend, so next weekend, it's an avenue for Murray in particular to begin his career. Now let's now go down to, let's take a rundown of the matches that took place in Europe where we see a certain 35-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo moving a goal closer to the all-time international goal scoring record in men's football as Portugal thrashed Andorra. Ronaldo, who is 35 years, scored his 102nd goal for his country with a powerful header, and he is now 7 goals behind the record of Iran Ali Dane, who scored 109 goals. Now let's talk about the other matches. In that same game, Wolves forward Pedro Neto also scored on his debut, one of the 5 Wanderers players in the Portugal team. And then let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo now. This guy is ageless. He's 35.
Yeah.
And he's good. I see him score. I see him breaking that record.
Yeah, certainly. Who will break the record?
He has 7 more goals to equal that record.
He will break the record because according to him, he said he's going to retire at the end of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. So, and mind you, there are still going to be qualifying, matches that he will be playing, and definitely, hopefully, he will actually score. So, I see him, breaking that 109 goal record for him to emerge as the highest,
luckily, Alide is still alive.
Yes.
So he'll be alive to see his record
being shattered
by one man who has just refused to stop scoring goals.
Yes, of course.
He's 35 years, though his pace has reduced, but then we still see him still come. I watched a little of his game yesterday.
Yes, I saw the game. Portugal Portugal actually run that particular team down from Andorra from the blast of the whistle to the end of the game. It was expected, but my major upset yesterday was France and Finland.
I didn't expect that they would lose 2-0.
Both goals were scored in the first 25 minutes of that particular encounter. I watched that game from beginning to the end. The French team were just holding on the ball, while the Finland side were getting to attack and to make all their chances count. That goal was just too beautiful.
I listened to some people. Like they were saying France. Let me use the local language. Cut their ticket.
Cut their ticket. And mind you, they are the world champions. They are the current world champions.
Because they bet the money on France. They are defeating Finland.
Yes, Finland.
But course. Finland, I don't even know the ranking on the world stage. But then stunned France 2-0.
Quick goals. The first
and Pogba was miserable in that team, in that match.
He played that particular one. He was there. The likes of Zuma was there.
Pogba was miserable. He had to be removed.
Sissoko was also there. So let's just talk about some of the matches that was decided yesterday. 2-1. Abnan was 2-1 better than Kosovo. Norway Israel match could not hold due it was cancelled. Romania 5, Belarus 3. Talking about Bulgaria 3, Gibraltar 0, Turkey and Croatia they drew 3-3. Denmark defeated Sweden. Wow, that was a nice one. Limburg fell to Austria 3-0. Belgium defeated Switzerland 2-1. Germany were just 1-0 winner over Czech Republic. Italy defeated Estonia by 4-1. Netherlands and Spain drew 1-1. Poland were 2-0 better than Ukraine. Portugal 7, we just talked about it. And then the France match.
Talking about Germany match against Czech, I love the fact that Germany, I don't know where they get their players from.
Yeah.
They brought in new set of players.
The German machine.
And these guys were they played as if they've been playing together for years, as if they are the champions. Yeah. I do not know where Germany gets these players
and from. If you look at all the players that young players,
all young players
who are still very, very energetic,
and they played against
well,
a Czech team that have been together for long. But this is a new side, a new Germany. Most of them are making a debut for the first time.
Of course, yes. And they played very, very well. Their counter football was top notch. They played very well.
We have to.
They gelled.
I think
you can look at their passes, their string of passes. We're all connecting and all that. But our own national team. They tell you we are building the team. They're still building the team from since 2016. They were building the team. They went to the World Cup. They crashed out. They were building the team. Nations Cup also. Amaju Pinnick will tell you they are still building the team up to this time. I'm just looking forward. What will happen in the Sierra Leone match? No. I'm just looking forward what happens in Sierra Leone.
We will play well, but I'm just impressed about the fact that Germany have a way of getting fresh
players, young players.
You know, when you see players moving from under 12 to under 14, under 16. Under 8, 17, 18, 20, 21, 23, you know,
to the national team.
To the national team, they follow they grow through the ranks to get to the national team.
Same thing happened in the English team.
In that process, they will have ingrained in them the way German football plays.
Yes,
because the way this guy played is the same way them Ozil sets played. The same way the Michael Ballack sets play, because they are compact. That's what they call them German machines. So they put that German machine mentality in there from when they were under 17. But in the Nigerian setting,
do we even have like a pattern? Do we have a pattern that we follow from?
No. There's no template.
There's no template.
Under 15 coach has his own way of playing game. Maybe his own is defensive. They'll go to under 17. Maybe his own is possession football. He have destroyed
what he had learned in the under.
Yes.
Getting to learn new thing in under 17.
So there's no.
And it will be a different ball game when he plays in under 20.
So maybe under 20, okay, sit back, counter attack, different orientation, and that's why they are focused on the same pattern. They are under youth games. I mean, under youth teams are also world champions in their own category.
Of course.
We have under 15 champions. We have under 17 champions. Under 15 also world champions. So I think maybe NFF should take a look, and then we have a German coach.
Yeah, a German coach
who has played with Bayern Munich before in his playing days.
Yes, of course.
So he should bring up the.
As it is now, we don't really have a style of play when it comes.
No, we don't.
As it is now, we don't really have a style of play.
I don't mind if we're doing run across.
Run and cross. I think that was what we've been doing from the defense to the attacker. We just get to launch the ball and cross the ball and see. Well, before we go, let's just run down the AFCON qualifying matches that will be played tomorrow.
This weekend.
Yes, Nigeria will play Ethiopia, Nigeria against Sierra Leone, that's tomorrow. Mali against Namibia, South Africa will play Sao Tome, Morocco will play Cal, and Tunisia will battle Tanzania in that particular one. There were some matches that was decided yesterday, Jide.
Yeah, the ones that decided yesterday, I was talking about Guinea and Chad. Of course, Guinea defeated Chad by a long goal. Then Mauritania and Burundi 1-1. Kenya and Comoros also 1-1. Senegal and Guinea-Bissau, that was a 2-0. Then Libya, they lost by 2 goals at 2-3 to Equatorial Guinea. Yeah. I did not expect that, but then it happened. But Senegal, of course, it was expected they were going to defeat Guinea-Bissau. Senegal is one of the African powerhouses. Yes. Even like I said earlier, there are no more minors in football.
There are no more minors in football. They were now up at the last AFCON.
Yes.
When they were defeated by Nigeria in the finals.
Yes. But then before we end this show, we would like to condole with the Church of Nigeria, ACNN Communion, friends and family over the death of our Bishop, Right Reverend Felicia Taiwo. We pray the good Lord will give the family the fortitude to bear the loss and may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
So viewers, this is where we draw the curtains on today's show, and we hope you enjoyed every bit of today's program. Like the host said of this program, take charge of your health, stop the virus by obeying the guidelines as set by the authorities, keep your social distancing, wash your hands regularly, or use an alcohol-based sanitizer and use a face mask always. I remain Olusola Olujide. I
am Olawale Ayeni. To come your way, same time, same station next week. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.